Federal budget cuts took effect on Monday at airports around the country. Those cuts are forcing furloughs for air traffic controllers. Hundreds of flights have had to be canceled and thousands more have been delayed. KXAN's Omar Lewis shows us what effect those cuts are having on air travelers here in Austin.
Being a new mom keeps Erin Rutechki on her toes, but walking into airports is now keeping her on her feet.
Especially when she starts crying. I don't want to stand in those long lines.
But with federal budget cuts in place, long lines are becoming the growing trend in airport travel.
Could she maybe cut through a line for, traveling with a small child, and they told her no. So for her to have to sit in that line with the baby, it's hard.
While busier airports are being hit even harder than Austin's ABIA, the effects are trickling down.
Over the past few days, the delays have ranged from about a dozen to 16 daily.
Airport control tower workers are now being forced to take a mandatory day off each pay period. And since those furloughs kicked in by the FAA earlier this week, over 10,000 flights have been delayed across the country.
She's a world-class traveler, and she only travels in first class.
Stuart Zwagel and his dog Frenchie just got to town from LA, but being prepared for the delay was his #1 priority and the reason he showed up to his flight hours ahead of time.
I was looking at the news and I was seeing what was going on. I thought, this is going to be a problem.
Right now, ABIA says the holdup can range anywhere from about 20 minutes up to an hour.
And I would like to use that time to spend with my grandchild.
It's time wasted that officials say can now only be avoided by checking your flight status before you leave home so that takeoff doesn't take up too much of your time. Omar Lewis, KXAN News.
And to check those delays before you leave the house, we've posted several links under this story at KXAN.com. Here's a closer look at the impact of the government budget cuts on air travel. On Wednesday, more than 400 flights were canceled. More than 6,800 got delayed. The problem is worse at the bigger airports around the country. Delays hitting more than 30% of all flights at DFW yesterday. That is the third highest number in the country, right behind only Chicago and Newark, New Jersey's airports.